Janshu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunam Yi Chola Penchir Sange Drupar Sho Shudan Soki Chonam La Janshu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Chola Penchir Sange Drupar Sho Chudan Sogi Chonam La Janshu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Chola Penchir Sange Drupar Sho
Shogiri Dokiri.
Homework. Why is it, quote, not too wrong, quote, for the lower schools to interpret the foundation consciousness as heaps, good feelings, or a type of ignorance?
Nice question.
It's a little too nice.
Anyone?
It's like
Oh, I remember
the
this.
courtiers, they're restricted by their world. Yeah, I guess
Is there a clue that could? I remember that I was there.
Let me see. Well, we're talking about the three worldviews as presented by those three venerated teachers, Vasumitra, Tiny, and
Nice that you said venerated.
yeah,
Venerated Tiny.
and Yangzhou.
they're not appropriate vessels for consciousness.
What's that? What do you got, Ina?
They are not appropriate vessels for conscious, from Western conscious.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Yes.
So it's not so bad if they do.
Yeah, right, sure. Of course they would think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually I think the perfect response. Of course they would think that.
That's nice.
The teachers were not intended for lower school, so it makes sense that they can misinterpret it. Okay, and what's
So that
the
they would reinterpret it.
reinterpret it, not misinterpret?
Reinterpret it, misinterpreting maybe.
Okay. Okay, what's not too wrong in the Tibetan? It's a phrase. It's not like one word or something.
Jeremy.
Cherme. Yeah.
Cherme.
Cherme would just be two, not two.
Oh, Mironochi.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's cool. That's a fun phrase.
interpretation. What is the foundation of the argument against these interpretations of the Kunshi?
This foundation is clear.
No.
Just
Joe.
It's all.
She has said that we like ignorance.
What? I can't hear you.
Everyone likes ignorance.
Kind of. You're close. It's kind of like one phrase. If you get the one phrase, then
Looking at the things in wrong way.
Everybody likes kunshi.
Yay! What-
Yeah,
that's right.
So why is that?
No, but you have to say, everyone likes kunchi, whatever it is.
Everybody likes it.
No, because they all disagree with me.
Yeah.
Can I just ask about that meeting chairman?
Mhm.
Why is it, I thought it was two different ones.
Yeah,
I thought chairman was not.
yeah, no,
wrong.
that's a nice translation.
Not
That's a good choice.
So-
Not too
not
wrong.
very
Oh, okay.
Kind of wrong.
Correct.
correct.
Okay.
Appropriate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yes, Stanley. Do you want to say any more, Stanley? You got any more?
Not really.
Okay, what did I say? The sutra says that everyone loves the kunshi, but all three arguments have instances of why beings wouldn't like the kunshi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's not what I want to put. More of this. Oh, yeah,
Oh, good.
good.
That's lucky.
Yeah. Okay, and then what are the 3 examples of who wouldn't like the kunchi and why?
Oh, that's cool.
So do you remember what the 3 things? Because it was from the last homework. What were the?
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it above. I did. I mentioned it first. Heaps, good feelings, or type of ignorance.
Yeah, right.
So
Cool.
okay, what's the Tibetan for each of those to make this clear? Heaps is
Bumma,
yeah, good
bumma.
feelings is
Sortwa. Oh, it's sort of way.
yeah.
Deja?
Dewa Sora.
Yeah. Okay.
And then what type of ignorance? I put a type of ignorance, but it's Jigta. Okay, good.
Yeah,
So
cool.
that will help with this last one. Okay,
Okay,
so
cool.
what are the 3 examples of who wouldn't like the kunshi and why?
Anyone who took suffering birth.
Yeah, for which one?
Pumpos.
For heaps.
Yeah,
Anyone who
so who-
took on suffering heaps.
So anyone that took on heaps that they didn't like, right?
Yeah.
And which example did you use?
Did you? He.
He being was
Oh,
Naum Pelton.
oh yeah. Paula correctly helped me to say hell beings.
Close, and you said Nendro. Anyone in the lower realm.
He sold me up the river. It was her fault.
One of the 3.
I didn't believe it for a moment.
There are hell beings and they don't like their heat.
Heck beings.
Heck beings.
That's why they don't.
No, Nendro. Nendro means lower realms. Okay, so and the next one, the good feelings.
Yeah.
Who don't care about that?
Steve had the lions dancing.
In the
In the formless.
when you lose your capacity to think.
To
Feel,
feel,
'cause it's feeling.
Chiame.
Yeah. So which one? Which realms? Someone said something very close.
Formless.
Formless and which one?
The higher one.
The highest one. Okay, good. The highest and up.
levels
He
of
says.
form.
Yeah.
Highest
He
and
says.
up.
You said Kamsu, Shipa, Yenche, and Zukme. Okay. And then the last one.
By the way, it bothers me. KWJ has a list of when good feelings shuts off in those 8. So, and I don't quite remember what it is, but it's in the long description of the. Yeah. And it might not be the 7th one. It could be earlier than that, I think.
Somewhere in there.
It could be quite earlier than that.
Really?
That you get anesthetized.
Well then.
But you have to check KWJ.
Check and
Yeah.
should you know probably need to
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
What? And what's the last one? Who doesn't?
Ignorance.
types of
Yeah, I know ignorance, but what about it? Who doesn't? There's an example of people who don't like ignorance.
Some people in Sansara.
Ben's got it.
Everyone?
Yay!
Yeah.
All for this.
What?
The source of all pain?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
says
Jiggy.
not so I guess he's talking about the lower schools, but if you believe in the selflessness, then good. Okay, and then what is this 3-letter?
Yeah, I know it, so I won't say.
Pretty gracious of you.
By the grandma.
Someone's from the notes.
By the grandma.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I know, but in this context,
Yeah.
it was to
It-
like or have devotion.
If it were a verb, I'm sure it should have a pa on it.
Have a paw in the text, though?
No.
No.
Mm.
I took it in the text.
Just kidding. I'm not.
Not kidding. Okay, that's it. Thank God.
Yay.
Polite applause. Yeah.
Oh, since
V might be going to Mortar and Pestle. Do you want her to do anything for you?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Thanks.
All you.
Okay, I'm on it. In between my home stuff. Okay. All right, let's go to this mind-only cuckoo stuff. Here we are.
yeah, take the plane from all these pleasure beings.
Form realm, guys.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here we go. What are we arguing about?
When she, what else?
I thought we were all right.
Whether the 6 consciousnesses cover the body or not. Because the Rangluk is that they don't. The mind-only school says your six awarenesses are localized. The one that we wouldn't guess is
Yuki number.
the mind. Yeah, okay. Obviously, the eye awareness of colors and shapes is somehow localized around your eyeball. But why don't you say the whole body is the location of awareness of your thoughts? And they say, no, that's localized at your heart. The mind in Buddhism is supposed to be at your heart chakra. Okay. So if each one of the six has its own specific position in the body, and there's areas of the body that aren't covered by the six, then we need foundation consciousness as a background consciousness to cover those. Or else there would be, what do you call that in electronics? Dead zones, or a place where there's no internet. Like between here and my house. The road up to the highway is, what do you call that? It's a dark zone or black zone. There would have to be black zones where there's no consciousness, if there's no kunshi. We're on this argument, okay? Okay, let's go. Duna?
저는 시베 맞은데 루키 차 리포트.
Wait, are you going up or down? Don't be wimpy. Just take a shot.
Yeah.
We're the mind only guys,
Yes.
and we're saying shaping makepi luki chab yata. Oh, so
it would be sarcastic.
yeah. Oh, so there are blackout zones on your body. You know, like you can feel your fingers but not your arm, right? Right? Because that's your idea.
That sounds right.
If you agree that you have blackout spots on your body, shape.
Oh, did I just read that?
Yeah, shape. Oh, so there must be blackout spots which are not held by awareness, right? Spots where you don't have awareness.
Because you agreed to that?
Yeah, and because you're the one who said there's no kunshi. You guys are saying the six consciousnesses cover everything, therefore why you have kunshi. You know, six consciousnesses can do everything. And that's the position of every school except the mind-only school. You got your six awarenesses, you don't need an extra one. And the mind-only school says, no, you need an extra one because you got black spots where the other ones are not covering. Okay, got it? Then,
denje luki chala sunnyun de kyang kangsak tela tuknemi kepartel
Mikebata.
kepartel te shipe matsindechu.
Good. You got all the parts here. It's the hairpin in the bed.
Yes, the poked. If you agree to that,
Yeah. If you say there are blackout spots where you don't have consciousness, if you say that's no problem, I still say there's no kunshi. Well, what is there? The normal six consciousnesses. Oh, so there's parts of your body that you don't feel. Right? Okay? Don't look so confused. It's easy. It's easier than Adam's text. Let's say it again. The mind-only school says there must be a background consciousness which covers your whole body, because the normal six consciousness that all Buddhist schools agree to don't cover every part of your body.
because they're localized.
So according to you, then there'd be parts of your body that aren't covered, like they don't have internet. And then you wouldn't feel anything at those places in your body. Got it? According to, this is a justification for the existence of kunshi. Yeah, okay, good. First one of 8, by the way. 8. 8, honey. 6, 7, 8. I have to tell you, ba. Me? Chinese have hand signals for numbers. And once you get past 6, every Chinese is confused. Okay, all right, go. Translate it.
Oh, so
Sun Nun, let's go there.
the pokey thingy.
Yeah, this sun doesn't mean thing to be defined, which it was in his text. It means
It means
the
like
one in your
pokey
text.
thing,
Yeah.
text.
What is it?
Ah,
Sun Che Korlo. This is Sun Cha, which is the word for weapon, specifically bladed weapons. Okay?
Still saw.
Yeah, which is from Dr. Wu's text.
Yes, Dr. Wu's
Oh, yeah. So if you poke a part of the body with a spear or something, which is one of those blackout zones, then are you telling me that person doesn't get,
suffered.
that doesn't hurt them? Because they have blackout zones because they don't have kunshi. So are you okay with that? Okay, is there parts of your body that we can poke with a knife and you don't care? He's being sarcastic. Mikata. They're shaping masimbecha. Those parts of your body are,
Consciousless.
Unconscious dead zone.
yeah, they're dead zones. They're in no internet zones, okay? Because there's no kunchi according to you. So there's no background consciousness covering the whole body. Okay? Okay, this is their argument for kunchi, right? All right,
Sure.
go ahead. And by the way, the objections that come up in your mind are repeated here. Here's an objection. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
Okay.
Young?
Yang konare. Luwan ki matsinpe lu ki chamepe kyunme tonyam na.
Yeah, you can figure this out if you work on it.
Let me see.
While I drink my delicious green drink. Thank you, Vimala.
What's yang konare? Is that only? You only think about it like that.
This young konare means now another guy comes.
Oh, a different dude.
Yeah, now a different dude
kona.
comes.
Oh, kona. If another dude comes along.
Oh, no, kachik and konare are the same
Right.
thing.
Yeah, okay. Kona.
Kachik and konare are the same thing.
Yeah, another person comes
So,
along.
so somebody comes along and says,
If you think like that.
just read this much.
it's not a
Lu
problem.
wang ki masimbe lukicha me.
The body's powers do not cover.
There is no cha,
There's no part
which is not covered,
not covered by the wankos.
no, by luki wambo.
Oh, feeling.
Tactile.
Oh.
Yeah. You got skin everywhere. You know, the fifth of the six awarenesses already covers all your skin. So what the hell are you talking about? Okay, you stab. There are no black zones. Your skin, your eye is concentrated here. Your ear is concentrated here. Your nose is concentrated here. Your tongue's concentrated here. But your body is all on your. You feel everything on your skin. Don't give me this crap about black zones, blackout zones.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. He didn't say jump instead of jump.
Therefore, there's no problem with saying that you only need 6 consciousnesses and you don't need a kunshi to feel all over your body. And he says,
Not correct.
Mi tete. Kang lu shiki ma kappa ter lu wang ki kyang ma tsinbeche.
You just say no.
Whatever.
That's not correct.
yeah, any part of your body which is not
Covered.
which doesn't have coverage, right, in cell phone language, any part of your body which doesn't have coverage by your luki number shepa,
By your
okay, that is also not covered by your luki wambo
any part of your body is not covered by your body's awareness
of tactile,
of tactile is also not covered by your body's tactileness feeling.
Power.
which means you don't feel every inch of your skin all the time. There are blackout zones,
Where?
okay,
All the
where
time.
you're not feeling right now when I press your leg. You're not thinking about your skin on your ear.
Yeah. It's not continuously covered.
There are parts of your body that are not covered at certain times of the day when someone pokes you in your stomach and you're not aware of the skin on the back of your ear, so that's a blackout zone.
Therefore, you can get
You still need kunshi.
pockets.
There are blackout zones.
Solve that problem. It's a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
We're just saying, shut,
Uh,
shut, that's
We need to say that something is maintaining awareness of every part of ourselves, or that part's going to disappear or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm surprised you said yes to that. But
No,
all right.
no. We need to have awareness of every part of our body because if you stick a sword into it, it wouldn't feel anything at that moment because you're listening to Neil Young. Okay?
How does the kunchi solve that problem?
It's
pervasive.
the fact that you do say ouch wherever I poke you proves you have a kunshi.
But
Not-
the kunshi's
you're
not
not
making
skilled
you
So,
feel right now in my arm. It's just available.
but the
Yeah.
fact that it could
Sensors
feel while
Yeah, it's
also
potential.
going
Don't
on.
worry about it.
Doesn't that apply the
Uh-huh.
same to the skin?
Eh.
Sure, I mean, there's no kunshi. So
Okay, now this I want to draw your attention. I want to draw your attention to this number here,
Uh-huh, you didn't
and
add that.
it's this little ornament that looks like a little Taj Mahal thing. You know, that's how we type it. When we type Tibetan, it's an unusual carved little house. It looks like a stupa, and then you put numbers in it. So it's the same as two parentheses in English writing. Okay, so how we type it is we put those two guys there because it looks a little like that. Okay, so
What does it mean?
it's in a when you make a list in English and you say 1, 2, 3, but it comes
At the end.
After.
at the end, and you have to figure out where it started. Oh, money pay me who? Okay,
It's pretty easy because it's started right up.
it's pretty easy,
I
but
think he wrote our first argument too.
Right.
yeah. So you have to go back. You could have said this. Look, sorry. Here, technically, you could have done this, okay? And I used words. I didn't use a number. I just said first argument. So this first argument is a translation of that little house. First argument colon is a translation of one between two little diagonals. Okay, got it?
Does that little house have a name?
It's some kind of a gen. All of those are called gens, and I forget. Gen means an ornamentation. And it's not very common, so I just want you to be aware of how to you can translate it, which is what I did here in the next line, second argument colon. Because the 2 is going to come, let's go look for the 2. There it is, so this one's not so long, okay. All right, here we go. And I translated the names of them because I at the time I was confused about the 8 arguments. I thought they were proofs, and I was trying to make them sound like proofs, and they're not. They're arguments, okay. And that's why we added the Mongol, and we came back to the Tibetan guy. Okay, let's go.
Does this one go short?
Yeah, it is.
Gyukta?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the name, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, go.
Konare kunshi yuna zintang mi chikbe nam shimi chikcha tu tunjuk but shikndu gupe teme to shena.
Yeah, now, this is why you can't translate Rikpake as the 8 proofs, because this is an argument against Kunshi. Okay, so you just have to say 8 arguments. Sometimes it's the other guy, sometimes it's us. We're still going to prove that we're right, but it's not at the beginning. It's just a complaint. It's a, what do you call it? Complaint bureau? What is box? Suggestion box. Yeah. Now, Konore, what school does he not belong to? Yeah, minority. So it could be anybody. Some guy who doesn't believe in Kunshi is going to make another complaint. He's going to file another complaint with the Dharma police. Okay, here we go. Kunshi Yuna,
Kunshi yuna.
if we had a background consciousness,
Yes.
then
Then it would act one way.
then two states of mind which have different aspect towards their object, okay, which are holding their object in very different ways. 2 states of mind which are holding their object in very different ways would have to engage Jukpa
At the same
simultaneously. You would have to agree to that.
Isn't Chitra spelled that?
You can spell it either way.
No, dumb.
It's a Damka, yeah.
Okay.
It can be spelled C-A-R, good point. De Gupe, you would have to agree then that 2 consciousnesses with radically different ways of holding their objects could be engaging in their objects simultaneously. Therefore, de medo.
What do we think would be
So
the
that,
Therefore, that does
that,
Therefore, te medo.
that means there is a kunshi. That's wrong.
no, there isn't.
Therefore, there is no kunshi. This is the other guy. This is every school except the mine only. Could be anybody. Come on, there's no kunshi. If there were a background consciousness, then two states of mind which are radically different would have to be going on in the same person's mind at the same time. And Buddha said,
But we already gone over this. Yeah.
no, but that's because you went to the Mongol.
Right.
Now I'm telling them.
Don't forget we haven't been to the Mongol.
Totally, but yeah.
Yeah.
They said because Buddha said you can't have two.
Exactly.
Things going on at the same time. Like, nah. Buddha didn't say you can have two.
Yeah,
Buddha said you can have
probably
two
he's
at the
gonna
same
quote.
time.
Probably he's gonna. Yeah, the Buddha famously said, "You can't think of two things at once." It's the same as your wife said. You know.
Put that phone down.
You can't be, I don't know, watching the football game and listening to me at the same time. The mind can only focus on one object at a time. It's the same argument. Okay. You can sense that I get this argument. You know. She's like, can you just look at, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out his words text. We're having breakfast together. I'm like, and then I'm sorry. She said, the mind cannot hold two grossly different objects at the same time. Got it? The key word here is zintang, which is an interesting word to talk about.
Tong means like, tong means like the gait of a horse.
Yeah, how a horse trots. So there are different English words. I don't know the words. Maybe if someone's a horse person, you
Trot,
know.
gallop.
There's trot, gallop, there's canter. There's many words for
Yeah,
the different ways they, and they all have different words to horse people. Horse people give them different English names. But the way of stepping of the horse is called tang, stang. Okay, so zintang means how are you holding the object. So it means that the pattern of stepping of kunshi and the pattern of stepping of the sixth sense consciousness is different. So they're out of sync. It means they're out of sync. You can't have two states of mind out of sync, focusing on the same object at the same time. Therefore, there's no kunshi. This is not a proof of kunshi, it's a proof. It's an argument against kunshi. That's why I like to call them the 8 arguments. But I couldn't figure that out till I went to the Mongol. Because I had to look at all of them, right? Okay. Which was a pain in the butt. Your text is a pain in the butt. Nick's is a pain in the ass, but yours is a pain in the butt. Okay. Go. Oh no.
sak chiki miki sukla tandu pa ne luki rekja rekpa lupe yije nu sumri me na kena tela ten ne wang shina kanya mi kewar tell.
Mikyata, are you telling me?
Yeah, I don't agree with what just happened. Is what I'm saying. So chikchar duyan mike rimchen duan mike we cheer.
Yeah, this is a tough sentence, and I made a note to myself. I don't know. Suppose you want to look at a churro and taste the churro with equal desire. Okay? You know, you're admiring the shape of the churro, which is one of the best shapes in the world. And you're thinking about how it tastes at the same time. And what he's talking about is totally equal desire. The desire to keep looking at it and the desire to bite it are equal. Totally equal. So according to you, who decides which consciousness comes up first? Because all conditions are equal. Okay? You want to eat it and you want to look at it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Would not be mind only.
Right.
You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Would not be mind only. Mind only says,
Simultaneously.
yeah, mind only says you can eat it and have it at the same time. Yeah, chikcha. Okay, so he's positing a condition where the conditions for the growth of a sense consciousness are equal, totally equal. So how the hell you decide which, according to you, who decides which one pops up first? because all conditions are equal. Okay, if it's impossible for two discordant states of mind to arise at the same time, then who decides you get to look at it or you get to taste it? Because one of them has to go first, according to you. Because they can't go at the same. You can't look at the churro and taste it at the same time, according to you. So who decides which goes first? All other things being equal. Got it? That's a problem. Well, now, kansak chiki. Now, limit yourself to a single person. That's tricky. He's trying to cover his touche. You want to mikisuk,
Look at the form.
but you also want to luki rek.
To touch the form.
You also want to touch it. And those intentions, okay, nutsung,
Are equal in
totally equal. Totally equal. And more than that, let's say you got 5 of them going on. Let's say you also want to taste it, you want to look at it, you want to listen to the churro.
all 5 classes.
Okay. All 5 senses are saying, it's my turn. Okay. According to you, they have to take turns. Because kunchi cannot be the background consciousness. Okay. 5, Buddha said 5 different awarenesses cannot take place at the, 2 different awarenesses cannot take place at the same time. So given all dupa, the desire to taste it, to look at it, to smell it, to listen to the churro, to touch the churro. I'm getting hungry. If all conditions are equal, then according to you, how can one come up first? You know, got it? Tsung rime nga means 5 rime consciousnesses.
Higher ones? No, classes of consciousness?
Meaning,
The 5 discordant ones.
they are, exactly. They are discordant, okay? They are not the same family.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is the rime in the Tibetan school called rime.
Cool.
Yeah, they don't make. There's a school that came after the 4 great schools that said, we accept all schools.
We're not trying to be discordant.
We are schoolless. And of course that became a school. And then they fought for it, believe me. So anyway, the people we are the no school. Okay. So the 5 sense consciousnesses in particular, okay. Kena de la tene wangshenga kang yamikata. So even though 5 separate sense powers go off, according to you, you can't have the 5 associated sense awarenesses because they have to. They can't go off at the same time,
They either gotta be
and they didn't go off one by one because it was all 5 at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't go off at the same time, according to you. But neither did they go off. Neither is there any reason for one to go off before the other because all other conditions being equal. Okay, got it? Got it? You okay? You okay with that?
I don't totally know how Kunchi solves the problem, but
Oh, the Kunchiists say that not only can Kunchi go on in the background, but I consciousness and your consciousness can go on at the same time.
okay. Well, then why is this an argument for Kunchi?
No, this right here is an argument against Kunshi. Sorry. This is a complaint to the mind-only school. Yeah, according to you, we can't taste and look at a churro at the same time. According to you, all conditions being equal, there would be no reason for one to arise first if they can't arise together. Okay, got it? Dumbo K means you already agreed to the first thing, which is that they couldn't arise at the same time. And the second is true because Te Nge Gyu, the cause of the 5 sense awarenesses, okay, which is, attending to the smell or the taste or the or the color of the churro. Soki nupala kepa chungse kyang me. There's no difference in the conditions for the arisal of the five. The conditions I posited a case to you where the smell of the churro, the taste of the churro, the color of the churro were equally compelling. So how can you say that one consciousness arose before the other? They have to arise at the same time because each of those features of a churro is equally attractive. You can't decide whether to taste it or look at it at the same time. You want to do both. Got it?
Okay, and
Therefore, different states of consciousness can arise at the same time. Then the mind-only guy says, well, what the heck did Buddha mean then when he said discordant states of consciousness cannot arise at the same time? Then he'd say it was something like, he's just talking about form realm and formless realm consciousness or stuff like that.
But if they can't, why is that?
so, yeah, just,
No, he would interpret the Buddha as saying, of course, six desire realm consciousnesses can arise at the same time. What I was talking about was you can't have a form realm meditation going on and have a desire realm state of mind going on. That's what the Buddha meant. He'll say something like
who's
that.
saying that?
Us,
Uh,
or
The mind-only guy will say. The
Oh.
mind-only guy will say, when Buddha said that different consciousnesses cannot arise in one head at the same time, he was talking about form realm and formless, desire realm and form realm states of mind
I thought the mind only
are exclusive.
favor of.
No. They have to explain what the Buddha meant
Right, yeah.
when he said they cannot arise.
Right.
Different consciousnesses cannot arise.
Oh.
So they say, oh, he was just talking about form realm and desire realm.
So
He
they-
wasn't saying your five sense consciousness couldn't arise at the
So
same
they
time.
accept that you can see and smell at the same time.
Exactly.
Mind only.
And you can do that because Kunchi is taking over
I
one
don't
of
think
the
you
two?
had, no, not the point.
Okay.
The point is, if the attraction to the smell of the churro and the taste of the
Oh.
churro can arise at the same time, then there's no problem with kunchi
Okay,
being there.
Oh, that's it.
Fine, right.
That's
you
all.
can smell and see
Just
at
Yeah.
the same time, so you can smell
Yeah.
and see and Kunchi at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and in fact, according to Abhidharma, you cannot taste without smelling.
Oh, well,
Okay, well,
probably
we generally agree with
Uh,
that. Yeah.
Abhidharma, it's got this big thing about when you eat when you enjoy a churro,
Mhm.
you can't really separate the smell from the taste. You know,
Which
I mean, it'd be interesting. I tried it. You know, when I translated that part 30 years ago, I'm like, does the churro still taste good?
Proves
You
that
know?
they have
And it's an
invented
interesting
clothes
question.
about them.
I mean, they say the cells are here, right?
uh-huh.
And these cells are on the inside of the nostrils, but somehow you can't hit one without the other.
Right. It's
I
like,
guess you could if you had a bad cold,
right.
which happens, right? Okay, so here they say Nupa,
It's like you need MSG.
the potential for the arisal of those sense consciousnesses, Kepar, difference between their potential for arising, Jungse Me, no different, totally no different. So how can you say one came before the other? They have to come at the same time. Okay, got it? All right, third argument. Here we go.
Shenyang, Wang Nun Dan Clenchik Tu De Yul Langway Yi Shin Jukbe Selwa Kemi Rungwar Tel
Minoatao.
Namshi Ni Chikchar Tumi Kiwechu.
Yeah, now, I'm going to tell you the reason. Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you the reason, and you're going to tell me who's talking. Okay, got it? Well, because according to you, you can't have two consciousnesses coming up at the same time.
Okay, this is mine only talking.
Yeah, who's he talking to?
Um,
Anyone except the
yeah,
mind
right,
only.
yeah, right,
Yeah, I'll say it again. Here, I'm the debater. You're trying to figure out what school I'm in. And my reason is, because you guys are the ones who say you cannot have two consciousnesses arise at the same time. You're the guys that say that. So who's those guys? Anyone who's not mind only.
Everyone but word.
Now, so who's the, what's it called? Lago, who's the Chigo? Who's initiating this argument? The mind only guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because according to you, you can't have two states of mind arise at the same time. Who initiated the last argument?
Anyone but mind only.
Yeah, anyone but mind only. That's why these things are so, I
Frustrating.
almost said a bad word, confusing. 'Cause different guys, different schools are arguing. First it's the guys who like Kunchi, then it's the guys who don't like Kunchi. Now we flip back to the Kunchi guys are making the argument. Okay, got it? That's why you have to call it argument.
Are we going to try to make that clear in the translation?
You have to. I mean, you look really smart. A principle of translation is anything to make you look smart, put it in the book. Oh, that's my system. Okay.
Footnote, or because
Sorry?
as a footnote, because
Yeah, you have to. You can't.
that
You can't
otherwise
add
it's
stuff to the
changing
main
translation.
text. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very sensitive about putting stuff in the book.
Can't
That's-
add like an italics paragraph to
No.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Already.
I mean, I would consider a thing in italics at the end, at the beginning of this chapter. That's okay. You know, just be aware that the following arguments are made by, half of them are made by the minority school, and half are made against the minority school.
Right, but not as part of the
Yeah, yeah.
Technically
Okay.
right.
Let's finish this one. By the way, okay, moreover, now, when you look at a green drink, okay, there's actually two consciousnesses going on. There's an awareness of the green, and there's an awareness of looking at the green. Okay, two consciousnesses are being triggered. There's awareness of the green, and there's an awareness of looking at the green, and that's a memory, right? Like you remember tomorrow that there was a green, and you remember that I was looking at a green.
According to who?
I don't know, the bear school, the hibernation school,
Okay.
the bear
Mind
being
only
bitten
school.
by the rat school.
This is a mind only position.
Yeah, so tomorrow I will remember two things about this drink. It was green, and I was drinking it, okay? So when there's an awareness of green, by the sense consciousness, there's an awareness of the sense consciousness by the mental consciousness. Okay? Now, if it was impossible for two consciousnesses to go on at the same time, then if you asked me tomorrow, was there a green stretch pan drink? I'd say yes. Then if you asked me, did you drink it? I'd say, I don't know. I don't remember. It's not clear.
This is exactly what
If
that-
it's not possible for two consciousnesses to go on at the same time, then how can you be aware that you're drinking the green at the same time that you see the green?
Or is it more than always be aware that you drank it in the first place?
Something like
This
that.
is exactly what the bear example is meant to disprove.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the argument, okay? According to you, there cannot be two consciousnesses going on at the same time. Therefore, sawa means clear. Okay? There is no clear jukpa engagement of the mental sense while you're having a physical sense. Okay? Cannot be. Okay? So you'd be fuzzy. You would be fuzzy about whether you drank the green drink. You see jukpa sawa.
because
Jukpa sawa.
we translated it as visible. Check above.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, what's it mean then?
I just remember
Nangwei yushe jukpa sawa. Okay. I would say clarity.
because this is the Selwa argument. Remember, right? This is
Well, that's why we went to the Mongol first. What did the Mongol say about number 3?
If you please.
Yeah, next time. Wah, wah.
Oh, okay.
I gotta translate.
By the way, it's a possibility that these two authors,
Disagree.
Contradicts each other.
yeah, don't really understand Tsongkhapa's
Fruit test.
8 arguments the same way.
Right.
One
Like I'm
understand.
going on with half eggshells.
Yeah. By the way, was it?
It's not going well.
Okay. I can't blame them because, I mean, half eggshell, who can remember? Okay, so anyway, Word's gonna report to us next
I
time.
read some interesting theories.
I stopped here. I hate this keyboard. Did I say I hate this keyboard? End of term. Is it the last class? Is it your last class?
Does that count as
Don't cry, I
$10
guess you
signs
might
yet?
go. Yeah, I'm up to 6 or 7. Pugi Joshin Netotan Rira Mingshin Yende Gempani Sange Shindu Mikte Uwargi Jokun Namda Shinla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ranamandala Kanyatayami Di Devo Kun Sanam Yeshe Sososhin Sanam Yeshe Lechuwe Dabakuni Tobarsho. Something for Seiji. I remind you that you are invited by the dean of the college to attend the online presentation today at 9:55.